What is going on, you sexies? It's another day, another hot ass day. If I do say so myself, which I do say so myself, so which is fucked up because I want to fucking go outside and make a dude. It's so annoying, bro. I don't like waking up and just being stuck in a room for the majority of the day. But you gotta do what you gotta do. I get it. My fucking back hurts. I don't know what that is. But it's 100 degrees, you know? It's not gonna be comfortable to vlog at 100 degrees. My fucking camera's black, so black attracts heat. This shit's gonna overheat. It's just, yeah. So we gotta work with what we got. It's whatever. Sometimes when it's too hot, it's kind of like on a rainy day, right? On a rainy day, you just want to, what do you want to do? You kind of just want to sit inside, watch a good movie, just chill. Kind of like that. I just want to sit. I don't want to, I mean, I do want to go outside, but sometimes it's to the point where it's just like, you can't really do anything other than just sit inside and I don't know. The AC's on, so I can work out. I can do some things on my MacBook. Get to make an app, just whatever, create, make some music. Which is what I'm working with. What I got, right? Which is why I'm gonna make a video inside my room. Whatever. Just wanted to vent real quick. Hope your guys' day is going good. Your night, whatever. Making the most out of every moment, of course. Because if you're not, then well, you gotta do it because right now is all we have. So, but anyways, this video is about just how brave of a soul you are, that you knew this experience was going to be hard, but yet you still chose to be here. I'm a firm believer in that. We chose our form, we chose our lifetime, we chose our parents and all these things that were going to happen, that we were going to go through. We chose it all so that we could fucking remember that we are more than our identity, we are more than this body, than the five senses that we use to navigate this reality. We are so much more. So when it gets hard, just remember that you chose this. So be proud of yourself, man. Be proud of yourself because you chose this. And when you remember that, when things go south, you're not going to look at it in a victim mindset because you're going to remember that you chose this. You know what I'm saying? And so, and that's just one of the things. This is actually one of the things that's humbled me so much, is because, dude, I've been through things. We've all been through things. But when I remember that, hey, I chose this, I stopped looking at it at a victim mindset, and it humbles myself. Like, oh, yeah, wait, we're more than this. This is temporary. Okay, this is temporary. So, oh, someone pisses you off. Shit don't go your way. Oh, wait, this is just an experience. Bet. You know what I mean? It's a different way that you go about it. Like, I used to fucking be stuck in the emotion of fuck, man, why? But now I'm just like, oh wait, it's just an experience. Okay, it's all perspective. But like, you gotta understand that before you were born, before your first memory, before anyone gave you a name and met you, it's like, imagine yourself as consciousness. No resume, no social status, no human identity, just pure awareness. And in front of you, Earth. Countless possible lives, timelines, countless families, countless environments, countless, whatever the fuck. And then you choose. This is the esoteric concept of soul planning. The idea that incarnation isn't simply consciousness being random at all, dropped into a physical reality. No, instead, the soul enters with certain intentions, certain themes, certain possibilities it wants to explore. It's like, imagine preparing for an enormous journey. You don't necessarily plan every conversation you'll have, every meal you'll eat, every turn you'll take, but you will choose a destination. You can choose certain experiences, you can understand the terrain, then you enter. Soul planning can be understood similarly, like perhaps consciousness chooses themes such as courage, creativity, love, independence, compassion, forgiveness, leadership, self-expression, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And then maybe another incarnation explores completely different themes, and perhaps that's why everyone's path looks different. One person feels called toward music, another towards healing, another towards building, another towards being a business leader or whatever, one towards teaching, one towards exploring, another towards raising a family, another toward questioning reality itself. Me right here. And then the ego looks around and asks, why isn't my life like theirs, right? Always trying to compare. But then the soul says, fuck that, because their journey isn't mine. That's their journey. This is my journey. And then, there are relationships. And then that's where the soul planning becomes even more fascinating. So it's like you imagine consciousness doesn't plan incarnation completely alone. It doesn't. It doesn't. And that's what humbles you. It's like imagine groups of souls agreeing to encounter one another. One becomes your friend, another your parent, another your partner, another appears briefly, but completely redirects and helps to transform your life. Some stay decades, some stay seasons, others appear for 10 minutes, yet somehow that encounter changed everything. And from the human perspective, you can call it a coincidence. But if you are like me, we don't believe in that shit. Everything is connected, no coincidences at all. And from the soul perspective, perhaps the meeting was always waiting somewhere along the path. You know, that's where the idea of soul contracts enters. Not contracts like written on a cosmic paperwork with some interdimensional lawyer stamping them, sign this contract. But think of it as more as intentions between consciousness. Like I'll meet you there, I'll challenge you here, I'll remind you of this, I'll help you awaken something inside of you. Then both souls incarnate and forget everything. Like that's the beautiful chaos of it all, because forgetting changes the experience. It's like imagine entering Earth and remembering that at age 27 this person will appear. Don't worry, they're part of the plan. There would be no mystery. No uncertainty, no trust, no discovery. The veil of forgetfulness creates immersion. Suddenly, you're completely inside the character of this body, and now your free will becomes meaningful. Because soul planning doesn't have to mean everything is predetermined. It's like imagine choosing a mountain. You chose the mountain, but there are hundreds of other paths just to the summit. You can stop, you can turn around, you can explore another trail, you can rest, you can get lost, you can find another traveler. And your deeper consciousness may choose a landscape while the human navigates it. So that's where free will and soul intention meet. And maybe this explains something you've always probably experienced. Certain paths feel strangely alive. You're going to start creating something, hours disappear, you enter an idea, you encounter an idea, and then something inside of you lights up. You meet someone, and then there's an immediate sense of recognition. You visit somewhere for the first time, yet somehow it feels fucking familiar as hell. You look at the stars and you experience homesickness you can't even explain because your soul knows that you come from other star systems beyond this Earth game. And then the mind asks, why does this matter so much to me? And then the soul, the real you, just simply knows that's the difference between information and remembrance. Information feels like I learned something, whereas remembrance feels like I knew this somewhere already. And awakening may contain a lot of that remembrance. Not necessarily remembering your entire pre-birth plan like fucking a downloaded cosmic PDF, but more subtle. Intuition, synchronicities, dreams, creative impulses, downloads, reoccurring themes, people who arrive at the exact right moment that you needed them to. Doors closing that forces another door to open. Something within repeatedly whispering, go this way. Like maybe your purpose isn't hidden somewhere outside of you, or yeah. Maybe pieces of it were embedded into what makes you feel excited and alive. Your curiosity, your passions, your creativity, your fascinations, your deepest questions, the things that you can't stop returning to. Perhaps those are breadcrumbs, little pieces of the map consciousness left inside of the character. Because once you incarnate, you forget the map, but you don't necessarily lose the compass, you feel me? The compass is the inner knowing. The ego demands, show me the entire path, the entire plan. Whereas the soul, the real you, remembers and says, take the next step. You don't need to know everything. And perhaps that's enough, because you don't need to remember everything before birth to begin recognizing why you're here now. Maybe your soul already knows the destination. Your human self, your ego, is simply having the extraordinary experience of discovering the path, rediscovering, re-remembering, whatever the fuck you want to say it. Just know that nothing is coincidental. At a higher level, when things get hard, know that you chose this experience. And each time you keep going without stopping and giving up, your soul family, your higher self, your spirit guides, whatever, they're all proud of your human form. They're all proud of you. Be proud of yourself, you know? That's really my video for today, is that when shit gets hard, know that you chose this game. So keep going. Do what you want to do. Create what you want to create. Don't live with any regrets, because again, you chose this. Alright? Namaste, Liddy. Let's see you tomorrow.